If you've been wanting to do seasonal work or just travel for really cheap, let this be a sign that you can do it and you should do it, and I'm here to tell you how. Hi, my name's Carly, and I've been doing seasonal work for the past 4 years since graduating college. And here are 3 ways that I've either personally done it or I've looked into heavily because I want to do it. The first one being the Del Sol or Cariloha internship. This one I did in both Maine and Hawaii, but they also have locations in Alaska, Florida, California, the really touristy areas. This one is nice if you're straight out of high school or straight out of college and just want a few months to travel for super cheap. You get your housing paid for, you get flights to and from, and in Hawaii you also get a car. You get a per diem each month, so it's really hard to save up money doing this, but you get to live in really cool places for basically free. The work is super simple. You're just doing retail. I think in Hawaii I worked maybe 5 hours a day and got 2 days off a week, and the rest of the time I just got to explore. And I met some of my best friends through this internship, so I cannot recommend it enough. The next way I'm going to talk about is Cool Works. This is how I found my job on Mackinac Island. And you can find a whole bunch of seasonal work in the US through this website. The website's super simple to kind of narrow down what you're searching for. You can look by season, location, or job. I personally did a serving job on Mackinac because that's just what I like to do. Also, I feel like you make the most money doing that. Although they did not give me free housing, they did provide housing. The cost was just taken directly out of my paycheck. My paychecks weren't really the biggest, but I did make a lot of tips, so it kind of evened out. I worked the full season on Mackinac, so the full 6 months, but I do know people that also just came for the summer season or just came for a few months, so you can kind of talk with the employer and see what they're offering, or if you could do maybe a shorter term than what they are requiring. The last website I'm going to talk about is Worldpackers. Although I've personally not done this one, I have looked into it heavily because I hope to do it within the next year. It's a little different than the other two because it is a work trade, so you don't necessarily get paid. You go and do a job in exchange for a place to stay and sometimes food and activities and other things like that. So this is not one that you necessarily make money, but it is a cool way to travel. They have a lot of places outside of the US. They do have some locations within the US, but I am more so looking towards the ones outside of the US. Again, this website is similar to CoolWorks, where you can kind of look by location or job. There are many different jobs you can do. You can work on a farm, you can work in a hostel, which is what I'm particularly looking at, or you can do other labor jobs. So you kind of just put in what you want and then you'll apply through the website. Again, these 3 ways are just super simple ways that you can either travel for really cheap or do some different seasonal work around the US or outside. I highly recommend doing some of these. I hope this helps someone, and I hope it encourages you to